Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I have this beautiful tutorial for you to make this pleated card, and it's a very pretty design but very easy to make. I've also stamped the inside of my card to finish it off and added a little bit of designer paper to the side there just to finish that off nicely. But we're going to get on with it straight away today, and I'll show you how you can easily make 6 of these cards from one sheet of 12 by 12 designer paper, because you cut a piece 11.5 by 4 inches. That gets cut in half, and so you can make 6 from one sheet. So let's crack on and have a go at that. So today we are starting off with a thick piece of Whisper White cardstock, which is cut at 11 by 4 1/8, and we are going to fold that using our bone folder, which is here, and that's our card base. And then we are using a piece of, this is the Delightful Daisy DSP, love it. And we are going to mark that off. So on our board here, let me pull you out. On our board here, we're going to line up, I'm using my grid paper to line this up. And then we are going to mark with a pencil 1 inch from this top right hand side and 1 inch from this bottom right hand side, like that, and mark that with your pencil. Then we're going to put it in our stamping trimmer, and we're going to line our marks up. So I've got my mark up the top here, my 1 inch mark up here, so we're going to put that on our board. And then we're going to line up our 1 inch mark down the bottom. I think I've forgotten to cut my paper to the right size. So this should measure 11.5 by 4. 11.5, that's why I'm having problems fitting it in the trimmer. So 11.5 by 4. So now that means I've got to mark off my 1 inch again on here. So I'll just put it on there and mark that off with my pencil. My 1 inch mark. So now we're going to line that up again in our paper trimmer. So we've got our 1 inch mark at the top and our 1 inch mark at the bottom. Like that. I know you can't see down here, but I've lined it up with my 1 inch mark down here. I'll try and bring you out a bit more, but I think this is as far as it goes. Let me move this up here. You still can't see, but down here I've lined it up with my 1 inch mark. So now we are going to get our cutting tool, and we are going to cut that up, and you will now find that you have 2 pieces. So from one sheet of 12 by 12 you'll be able to make 6 of these cards. So now we need our scoring board. Let's grab that and put that on here. So put 1 piece in your scoring board. I've just realised I've cut my papers the opposite way that I want to. Oh dear, you have to cut your paper the opposite way, and I've cut it the other way. I think we're going to have our pleat going the opposite way. So that's something to think about. You need to make sure that whichever way you want your design going, that's what you do. No, I'm going to have to start again because I'm not happy. So let's get another piece of paper, designer paper. So that measures 4 inches. 4 inches by 11.5. And then we're going to mark our 1 inch off. On my grid paper. So I've turned my paper up over the opposite way now so that it's facing the correct way for me to cut. So that's lined up with my grid paper. So I'm marking off 1 inch at either end. That's that. Line it back up in our board. And cut that. So now I have a piece facing the correct way that I want. So bear in mind, mark off your 1 inch on the opposite side to which you want the paper to face you when you're scoring it. So you've got your wider piece here, so if that's the design you want on this side, that needs to be your fatter end, and if that's the design you want to show, that needs to be your fatter end. Right, let's put that away and crack on with this. Right then, we are scoring this at 3 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 9 inches and 10 inches. So that's our scoring done. And now we're going to fold our card. So we start with a valley fold first. Make sure you keep your paper straight as you fold and burnish. Then you're going back the other way. Keep that top line straight as you go along there and fold. Next one, keep that straight across the top. Again, across there, keep that straight and fold. Back the other way, keeping it still straight and fold. Again, fold, and last one and fold. So that's our folding done, easy peasy. Now I've already cut myself, for myself a piece of elegant eggplant card that I would like to sit across here, and I'm going to stamp happy birthday to you again using the black Versamark. So we need a piece of Whisper White. Let's get that. A piece of Whisper White so that we can stamp with our Versamark. Right then, so I've got my basic black archival ink prepped up, And I've got prepped up on my block the Happy Birthday to You, which comes from the Label Me Pretty stamp set. So into our black archival ink, make sure it's well covered with our black archival ink. And stamp that down. And hold that for a few seconds to make sure that that ink comes into contact with the paper. And that's gorgeous. And then I have got the Pretty Label Punch, which matches this set. And we're going to cut that out. Like that. So now we're going to glue our pleats together with a bit of Tombow to make sure that they don't come undone. So a bit of glue as we go on each one. And then the same on the back of each one as well. So that they don't come undone. Same here. So that's good. And then that's going to fit on our card here like that. And then we've got our piece of Perfect Plum. What have I done with it? Here it is, which is going to sit across here. And then the Label Me Pretty will sit across here, like that. So a bit of Tombow across the top here. And stick that down on your card. Just trying to make sure that that's stuck on straight. Looks it. And then our strip here gets stuck on, and this measures 5/8 of an inch by 5.5 inches, and that gets glued down about there. Again, making sure I'm using my grid paper to just make sure that that is straight on there. And it will be if I get it lined up properly. That's it, that's good. And then the Happy Birthday goes on here with a few dimensionals. I have a couple of dimensionals, so I'm probably going to do 3 on there, perhaps 4. Just to make sure that that stays nice and level. Now you can colour this in with your Stampin' Right markers if you want. To save time, I can do that off camera, but that is very pretty. And then I've used one of these Year of Cheer embellishments to just put that on there to tie in with my card and add a little bit of bling. So I'm going to get a glue dot to secure that onto the card. Let's just fold that on. I've tied the little embellishment on with bit of black baker's twine, and then I'm going to add that to the card just here. And I'm just going to trim these ends slightly because they look a little bit long to me. Like that. Right. So that is how to make the pleated card. And on this, my original, you can see that I used my Stampin' Right markers and coloured it in and matched in with the tones in my card. And I should do that off camera because I don't think you need to see me colouring in. But that is how you make the pleated card. Easy peasy. Hope you'll have a go at that. Should you need any crafting supplies, please click on the down arrow button in the corner here, which will take you over to the link for my shop. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye for now. Bye.